Could the Lakers have just pulled off the most masterfully orchestrated franchise transformation in NBA history? What happens when a front office's patience and strategic planning turns what appear to be opportunistic luck into a calculated masterpiece that saved an entire organization from mediocrity? The trade that brought Luka Dončić to the Los Angeles Lakers was already considered a historic home run. But explosive new behind-the-scenes details have transformed it into a masterpiece of organizational management. Breaking news published yesterday, based on a bombshell report from Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, reveals that the Lakers front office had already secretly decided to trade Anthony Davis long before the Mavericks star became available. Rob Pelinka didn't just seize an opportunity. He executed a perfect escape plan that saved the franchise from a mediocre future. This revelation completely changes the narrative around one of the most shocking trades in recent NBA history. What many assumed was reactive opportunism was actually the culmination of months of strategic planning and market evaluation. The Lakers weren't scrambling to make a deal when Dallas imploded. They were ready and waiting for exactly the right moment to strike with devastating precision. The report confirms that smaller conversations were conducted between Pelinka and rival teams, including Boston, Milwaukee, and Cleveland in late 2024, to gauge Davis's market value. The Lakers are prepared to move forward, motivated by internal concerns about Davis's long-term durability and fit within their organizational timeline. This wasn't about giving up on a superstar. It was about recognizing when an asset had reached its peak value and needed to be converted into something more sustainable. Think about the incredible foresight this required. While fans and media were celebrating Davis's contributions and assuming he was untouchable, the front office was quietly conducting due diligence and preparing for a future that most couldn't even imagine. This type of long-term thinking and willingness to make difficult decisions is exactly what separates championship organizations from those that cling to the past until it's too late. The analysis from Mikhail Nakuda is brutally honest about what could have happened if the Lakers had acted too quickly or settled for less than optimal value. If the Lakers had traded Davis before the chaos in Dallas unfolded, the return would have been genuinely disappointing and potentially franchise-damaging. If the Lakers had made a trade for Davis before Dončić became an option, it probably would have been a step down, argues a Lake Show Life analysis. But when things cracked in Dallas with all the uncertainty surrounding Nico Harrison and Dončić situation, the Lakers struck. This assessment perfectly captures the difference between reactive trading and strategic patience that defines elite front office management. The text highlights that initially, other teams found it laughable that Davis would be available, which actually worked in the Lakers' favor by keeping his market value artificially low. Behind the scenes, the Lakers were laying the groundwork for exactly this type of scenario. By waiting for the right moment, they avoided having to settle for less and instead converted their aging asset into generational talent that could anchor their franchise for the next decade. The genius of this approach becomes even more apparent when you consider the alternative scenarios that were being discussed. Instead of trading Davis for draft picks and rotation players that might never develop into impact contributors, the Lakers held out for a talent that could immediately transform their championship timeline and organizational trajectory. This patience and discipline is exactly what separates great front offices from mediocre ones. The contrast between what the Lakers achieved and what they could have settled for is absolutely staggering. The article doesn't spare any praise for Luka Dončić's current state in purple and gold, and the numbers speak for themselves about the incredible value they received in this transaction. Dončić is currently in excellent shape, healthy and dominant, playing at an MVP level with absurd averages of 34.4 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 8.9 assists per game. He represents exactly the type of player you can build around for the next decade, providing the Lakers with a foundational superstar who can carry the franchise long after LeBron James retires. This isn't just about immediate impact. It's about securing the future of the entire organization. The alternative scenario would have been nowhere close to this level of impact. Any other trade involving Davis would have netted the Lakers a package of assets that, while potentially valuable, wouldn't have fundamentally altered the franchise's post-LeBron trajectory. Instead of building around aging veterans or hoping young prospects develop, they now have a proven superstar entering his prime who can lead championship contention for years to come. The narrative that the Lakers got lucky has been completely dismantled by Siegel's reporting, which shows how much planning, time, and patience were invested in this outcome. The front office had been quietly weighing concerns about Davis's reliability and long-term fit for months, conducting the type of thorough evaluation that championship organizations require when making franchise-altering decisions. When the door opened in Dallas due to organizational chaos and Dončić availability, the Lakers didn't need to scramble or make desperate moves. They were prepared with market evaluations completed and internal decisions already made. This level of preparation and strategic thinking is exactly what allows organizations to capitalize on unexpected opportunities when they arise. The broader implications of this revelation extend far beyond just this single trade. It demonstrates that the Lakers front office operates with a type of long-term vision and strategic patience that's required for sustained success in the modern NBA. While other teams make reactive moves based on immediate pressures, the Lakers were thinking several steps ahead and positioning themselves for maximum flexibility when opportunities emerged. This also validates the difficult decision-making process that championship organizations must embrace. Trading a beloved, productive player like Anthony Davis requires incredible organizational courage and conviction in your long-term vision. The fact that the Lakers were willing to make this decision before it became obvious to everyone else shows the type of leadership that separates great franchises from good ones. The execution of the strategy also required perfect timing and market awareness. The Lakers had to balance maintaining Davis's trade value while positioning themselves to act quickly when the right opportunity emerged. This delicate balance between patience and decisiveness is exactly what elite front office management looks like in practice. The conclusion is both satisfying and impressive. The Luka Dončić trade wasn't just a deal. It was a perfect execution of an Anthony Davis exit strategy that had been months in the making. The Lakers transformed what they internally viewed as a declining asset into the best young player in the world, creating a foundation for sustained championship contention that extends far beyond their current core. This represents one of the smartest moves the franchise has made in years, precisely because it required the type of long-term thinking and strategic patience that most organizations lack. Instead of settling for immediate gratification or obvious solutions, the Lakers waited for the perfect opportunity and executed flawlessly when it arrived. This story perfectly illustrates everything about championship-level organizational management: the willingness to make difficult decisions, the patience to wait for optimal opportunities, and the preparation necessary to capitalize when those opportunities emerge. Whether other franchises can learn from this example and apply similar strategic thinking could determine the competitive landscape of the NBA for years to come. Do you think the Lakers' patient approach to trading Anthony Davis demonstrates the kind of strategic thinking that separates championship organizations from the rest? Would you have had the courage to trade a productive superstar while secretly planning for a better opportunity that might never come? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you believe this represents the gold standard of front office management and long-term planning, make sure to hit that like button. Sometimes the most brilliant moves are the ones that take months of preparation and perfect timing to execute.